Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty, so we're used to seeing them as grounded, sensual, and a little indulgent. However, what most people don't realize is that Taurus has an inner world full of contradictions and secret behaviors. Let's start with the strangest of all, Taurus' love for control. While they might come across as easygoing, this sign has an intense need to feel in charge of their environment. Whether it's deciding what to eat for dinner or planning out their entire career path, Taurus has an internal blueprint for how life should unfold. And heaven help you if you mess with their plan. It's not that they're controlling in a loud, obvious way. In fact, Taurus controls their surroundings with subtlety and finesse. They'll be the ones quietly rearranging things when no one's looking or suggesting how things should be done. But underneath those suggestions lies a deep, ironclad need for stability. This can manifest in both relationships and work, where they may come off as stubborn or resistant to change. But it's really about their need for security. They just don't trust the unpredictable. Speaking of control, here's another little known fact about Taurus. Their materialism runs much deeper than most people realize. Sure, everyone knows they love luxury, good food, and fine things, but for Taurus, material possessions are much more than just indulgence. They're a source of emotional safety. Taurus doesn't just want that plush sofa because it looks good. They want it because it makes them feel grounded. To Taurus, possessions are anchors, providing them with the stability they crave. This can lead them to develop emotional attachments to objects that go beyond reason. Ever tried to convince a Taurus to throw out an old pair of shoes? Good luck. It's not just about the shoes. It's about the comfort and memories they associate with them. Now, let's talk about one of Taurus' most infamous traits, their stubbornness. We know, everyone knows Taurus is stubborn. But what most people don't understand is the depth of their resistance to change. It's not just about wanting to do things their way. It's about an inability to function when the ground beneath them shifts. Taurus can cling to a job, relationship, or even an outdated belief system for years past its expiration date simply because the thought of starting over is too terrifying to handle. They'll dig in their heels so hard that they might even miss out on amazing opportunities, all because they're too afraid to take a risk. Another secret Taurus trait is their passive aggressiveness. While they might seem calm on the surface, don't be fooled. When they're upset, Taurus often keeps their anger bubbling beneath the surface. They don't like confrontation, so instead, they'll make their feelings known through subtle and often maddening acts of passive aggression. Maybe they'll give you the silent treatment, or perhaps they'll accidentally forget to do something they promised. It's their way of controlling the situation without openly admitting they're upset. And don't even get me started on their jealous streak. Taurus is fiercely loyal, but they can be possessive to a fault. If they feel like someone or something is threatening their security, especially in relationships, you'll see a side of them you weren't expecting. A quiet, simmering jealousy that doesn't explode, but lingers and slowly unravels things. One of the most bizarre facts about Taurus is their deep love for laziness. Now, they might not admit it, but Taurus loves to indulge in doing nothing. While they work hard when they're motivated, they're also masters at finding the most comfortable spot on the couch and not moving for hours. Their love of relaxation can sometimes border on pure inertia. Once Taurus is in their comfort zone literally or figuratively, getting them to move is like trying to budge a boulder. They'll happily stay in their bubble of Netflix, snacks, and cozy blankets, justifying it as self-care. But let's be real, sometimes it's just plain laziness. But here's the thing, Taurus can also be incredibly anxious. Their need for control and stability stems from a deep fear of things going wrong. They might not show it, but underneath their laid-back appearance is a mind that's constantly working, worrying, and planning for the worst. Taurus feels safest when they know what's coming, which is why they often resist spontaneity. Their anxiety about the unknown can prevent them from embracing change, even when it's clearly for the better. So, what can Taurus do to balance out these quirky, sometimes challenging traits? Luckily, there are plenty of lucky charms and rituals that can help this grounded earth sign tap into their strengths and soften their rough edges. First up, Taurus should always keep rose quartz nearby. As the stone of love and emotional healing, rose quartz helps Taurus open up emotionally and let go of their possessive tendencies. It softens their heart, helping them embrace vulnerability and build deeper connections without fear. Rose quartz can also help them relax, alleviating some of that internal anxiety that comes from their need for control. Another great charm for Taurus is green jade, which is said to attract abundance and good fortune while also promoting emotional balance. For Taurus, who can be overly attached to material things, green jade helps shift their focus from possessions to the abundance of love and experiences life has to offer. It's a perfect reminder that true stability comes from within, not from the things they own. Finally, Taurus should embrace the practice of grounding rituals, like walking barefoot in nature or spending time in the garden. These rituals reconnect Taurus with the earth, reminding them that change is part of the natural cycle of life. Spending time outdoors helps them feel more secure, easing their fears of the unknown and encouraging them to let go of their need for control. Dear Taurus, your strength lies in your ability to create stability and security, both for yourself and for those around you. But remember, life is not always something you can plan and control. While it's great to have a foundation, don't let your fear of change keep you from growing and evolving. You're a creature of comfort, but stepping out of your comfort zone every now and then is essential to your personal growth. The unknown doesn't have to be scary. Sometimes, it's where life's greatest adventures lie. Let go of the idea that possessions equal security. True security comes from within. Yes, it's okay to indulge in luxury and surround yourself with beautiful things. You are ruled by Venus, after all. But don't let your attachment to material objects hold you back. Focus on building relationships and experiences that nourish your soul, rather than just filling your home with objects that provide fleeting comfort. And lastly, don't be afraid to ask for help. Your independent streak is admirable, but life is a lot easier when you let others support you. You don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. Remember that flexibility and openness will bring you the peace you seek. Trust in the process, Taurus. You're strong enough to handle whatever comes your way, even if it wasn't part of the plan.